Another late night. The rain was coming down in sheets, drumming against the roof of the office building as I locked the door behind me. Streetlights cast long, blurry reflections on the slick asphalt of the parking lot. All I wanted was to get home, crawl into bed, and forget about the mountain of paperwork I'd left behind. I slid into my car, the leather cold against my skin, and fired up the engine. The GPS on my phone screen flickered to life, as it always did. But tonight, something was different. Instead of my usual route, a new destination was already loaded. Home, updated. I shrugged it off. Probably just a software update, maybe a new, more efficient route to avoid the storm-related traffic. I tapped start without a second thought. The familiar, calm voice of the GPS filled the car. In 2 miles, continue straight. The rain hammered against the windshield, the wipers swishing back and forth in a hypnotic rhythm. I just wanted to be home. The GPS voice piped up again. In 800 meters, turn left. I slowed down, peering through the rain-streaked glass. To my left, there was nothing. Just a dense wall of trees, their branches thrashing in the wind. No road, not even a dirt path. I must have misheard. I kept driving straight, following the main road. The GPS screen flashed red. Recalculating. A moment later, the voice returned, but this time, it was different. Colder. You're going the wrong way, Daniel. I froze. My hands tightened on the steering wheel. Daniel. How did it know my name? I never programmed my name into the system. It was just an app on my phone. An icy tendril of fear snaked its way up my spine. This had to be some kind of glitch, a weird bug from the update. I told myself to stay calm, that there was a logical explanation. But the silence in the car suddenly felt heavy, suffocating. I tried to ignore the growing unease, focusing on the road ahead. But my eyes kept darting to the GPS screen. The map started to glitch, the clean lines of the streets flickering, morphing into strange, unfamiliar shapes that weren't on any map I'd ever seen. Then the cell signal bars at the top of the screen vanished. No service. But the GPS didn't stop. The voice, now tinged with a strange metallic echo, spoke again. Turn right. I glanced to my right. A narrow, unpaved road branched off into the darkness, swallowed by the forest. It wasn't on the main map, it shouldn't have been there. Every instinct screamed at me to keep going straight, to get back to a main road, a gas station, anything familiar. But the voice, it was compelling. Hesitantly, against my better judgment, I turned the wheel. The car bumped onto the gravel, and the world outside my headlights dissolved into pitch black. The gravel crunched under my tires as I drove deeper into the oppressive darkness. The trees closed in around the car, their branches like skeletal fingers scraping against the roof. I couldn't take it anymore. This was a prank, a hack. My hand shot out to turn off the phone, to silence the voice, to make it stop, but the screen wouldn't respond. I jabbed at the power button again and again. Nothing. Don't stop, the GPS voice said, the sound now disturbingly familiar, like a distorted echo of my own voice. We're almost there. A wave of nausea washed over me. It was my voice, twisted and warped, but undeniably mine. I felt like a passenger in my own car, a puppet being guided by an unseen hand. The rain seemed to beat harder, the world outside the car a swirling vortex of black and grey. We were almost where? My headlights caught something familiar in the gloom, a large oak tree split by lightning, its jagged silhouette stark against the night. I'd passed it just a few minutes ago. I was driving in circles. Recalculating, the GPS chirped, its tone almost mocking. We missed the turn. I glanced at the screen. The little blue arrow representing my car was just spinning endlessly in a circle on a blank, dark map. The feeling of being lost was absolute. This wasn't just a wrong turn. It was a trap. The forest felt alive, watching me, holding me here. The rain, the wind, the darkness, it was all part of it. I had to get out. I needed to think. I slammed on the brakes, the car skidding to a halt in the mud. The engine idled, a lonely hum in the deafening silence of the woods. My heart was pounding against my ribs like a trapped bird. I killed the engine and pushed the door open, stumbling out into the storm. The cold rain soaked me instantly. I needed to see where I was. As I stood there shivering, the car's headlights began to flicker erratically like a dying pulse. In the strobing light I saw them. Faint outlines of roads crisscrossing the forest floor, glowing for a split second before vanishing back into the darkness. Ghost roads. They weren't real. They couldn't be. A whisper drifted from the still open car door, carried on the wind. The GPS voice, my voice, but quiet, intimate. "You left me once," it said. "Don't do it again." A memory, buried deep, clawed its way to the surface. A crash, a different car, a different night long ago, someone I'd left behind. Panic seized me, pure, primal terror. I scrambled back into the car, slamming the door shut. I didn't care where I was going anymore. I just had to move. I floored the accelerator, the tires spinning in the mud before catching, launching the car forward down the phantom road. The GPS voice was calm now, serene. Approaching final destination. I dared to look at the screen. The glitched map was gone. Now it just showed static, and in the center, in stark white letters, were the words, "Daniel Reeves, last known location." It wasn't guiding me to a place. It was marking my end. A cold dread settled in my stomach, heavier than any fear I'd ever known. This wasn't about getting home. This was about not being able to leave. Suddenly, the car's radio crackled to life, turning on by itself. It wasn't music. It was a cacophony of voices. My voice. Snippets from old voicemails I'd left years ago. "Hey, just calling to check in. Sorry I missed your call. I'll call you back. I'm running late. I'll be there soon." Fragments of my past, echoing in the confined space of the car. The GPS voice spoke over them all, its tone one of finality, of triumph. "Welcome home," it said. "We've been waiting." Through the rain-lashed windshield, I saw it. The road didn't curve, it didn't turn, it just ended, plunging straight into a solid wall of darkness, an abyss that swallowed the beams of my headlights whole. There was no time to brake, no time to scream. Just the endless black rushing to meet me. The next morning, the sun rose on a clear, quiet day. 2 police officers found the car, abandoned on the shoulder of an unmarked dirt road that petered out into nothing. The driver's side door was ajar, swinging gently in the breeze. There was no sign of a struggle, no sign of the driver. He had simply vanished. One of the officers leaned into the car. The interior was cold, damp. On the passenger seat, a phone lay face up, its screen still faintly glowing. He picked it up. The GPS app was open. On the screen, there was one last command, displayed in a calm, simple font. It read, "Drive safe, Daniel."